Now, here's a very sensitive topic that goes way beyond immigration, and it's going to set off a lot of nervousness amongst the listeners of this show, and it's about inbreeding. And let me start from the top on inbreeding. When I was very young and I went to get a marriage license, I had to take a blood test. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a racist society that forced you to have a blood test? In New York State, you know why I had to have a blood test? It was called a Wasserman test. It was to make sure that neither of the parties had syphilis. Ha! That's a joke. Why, in San Francisco, that's probably considered a healthy thing. Oh, yeah, probably a prerequisite for marriage in certain communities in San Francisco. But let's not get too sarcastic. There were blood tests. You were not allowed to marry somebody who was your first cousin. Now, why is it that America, when I was a kid, or young rather, didn't permit first cousins to marry? Can you imagine anything as crazy as that? You can't marry a first cousin? Why would a society prohibit first cousins from marrying? Can anyone figure that out? Of course you can. Why would New York State prohibit first cousin marriage when I was young? It doesn't anymore, I don't think. Actually, cousin marriage is legal in New York. I just have the list here. Various states have different laws regarding marriages between first cousins. 25 states prohibit marriages between first cousins. 6 states allow first cousin marriage under certain very restricted circumstances. Now, why is that? Why would a state prohibit first cousin marriage? Because anyone who took elementary biology, I'm talking high school level biology, knows that inbreeding produces problems. It's a very big problem, whether it be amongst stock animals or human beings. Inbreeding produces disease, mental illness, and other problems. Most people know that. Most sane people know that if you marry your sister, meaning if you have incest, you're probably going to produce a defective child. Now, in America, that unto itself is a phrase that would offend Hillary Clinton and all of the progressives. There can be no defective children. By definition, there is no such thing as a defective child. To the psychos on the left, everyone is equal. And of course, we all know they're insane. But I'm talking about inbreeding. I'm talking about inbreeding in any society. Why am I talking about it now? Because you may not know this, that massive inbreeding within the Muslim culture has been going on for a very long time. In fact, for the last 1,400 years, primarily in the third world. And what are the consequences of intermarriage between first cousins? Well, intelligence, sanity, health, etc. Are affected. Inbreeding. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? If you can't figure it out, then don't even listen to the rest of the conversation, because I want to talk about this over the next few minutes or the next 30 minutes on the Savage Nation, because studies show that children of what we call consanguineous marriages, that's identical blood or close blood, have lower intelligence, lower IQ than children of non-related parents. We used to know about hybrid vigor. You know what hybrid vigor is? It's marrying out of your close family associates. In other words, you don't marry a cousin, you marry a stranger. That's called hybrid vigor. That's why in America, people are so intelligent, which they generally are. It's because we're not marrying cousins. We're not marrying our sisters. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? People go out, they meet someone strange, different culture, different religion, different race, and they marry, and they usually produce a viable offspring that's more viable than either of the two partners. That's what hybrid vigor means in a human being or in another situation. But the Muslim culture, according to studies, still practices inbreeding. In fact, in Pakistan, pay attention now, Pakistan, where the two lovely, darling newlyweds just came from, that slaughtered all those people in that place called San Bernardino, Hillary. Say it, Hillary. San Bernardino. And then say Muslim. Then say slaughterers. Hillary, did you know there was a Muslim massacre just a week ago in San Bernardino? Hillary? Did you know that the murderers came from Pakistan? At least the woman did. And did you know that in Pakistan, Hillary, 70%, that's a 7 and a 0. A 7 and a 0, Hillary, 70% of all marriages are between first cousins, Hillary. I know they'll make excellent Democrats because they have low intelligence, they're half insane, their health is suffering. What else could you ask for in a future America? A nation of, well, you get the picture.